Hey everybody, how you doing? George here. Hope this reaches everybody happy and healthy. Today I am shooting a video with my Gibson J 45/50. This is a 1976. I got this from a dear friend. I bailed out some guitars out of the pawn shop for him and managed to score this for a really good price. So good deeds sometimes pay off and don't go unpunished. But this is a really great guitar. Very unique sound. It's got some damage. The binding around it is cracked up and stuff, but that's okay. The wood is nice and dried out from being almost 50 years old. And today we're recording it. I'm using a tube mic. This is a Srerling, but you could really use anything. You could use a Shure 57 or any mic you got laying around. And I think what I was taught to do is try to play with the microphone kind of halfway between the sound hole and a little bit here on the neck. So right in this area I found gets a good sound going. And I'm going into a preamp. We're going into the Focurite here and right into the Focurite Scarlett interface. I'm going to be recording a acoustic bass song that I'm working on as a solo project, and I wanted to show you guys how I record acoustic.
I'm broken inside, so I'm hiding in this place, hoping one day to dream of you. In darkness I find light, don't want to be alone, but there's just something broken inside. I always want to be alone. I always stay home and think about it. Why can't I break these chains? 'Cause inside I'm broken. Darkness I find light in pictures in my head of you. I don't want to be alone, but there's just something broken inside. Something broken inside. The world is falling apart. Let's wash just something broken inside. Yeah, there's just something broken inside. Without you, without you, without you. The world is falling apart. Let's watch it away. Together now, together now, together now.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to show you how I record and the effects that I put on here. So I'm using Reaper here. And one thing I forgot to mention, if you're using a dynamic mic, you want to try to put the microphone about 6 to 8 inches from the mic to the acoustic in the area I showed earlier. Or if you're using a condenser like I was, I try to go about a foot. It seems to capture a little bit fuller sound, I think, in my case, in the mic I'm using. So you can experiment with that, of course. There's no rules. But let me show you what this track sounds like with no effects on it. Okay, now we're going to put some effects on here. What I have is, let me pull this up. I started with a universal audio EQ. You can use any kind of EQ if you want. Basically, I'm boosting some of the highs here and a little bit of high mids and just a little bottom end here. So it's basically boosting. It's doing a small cut on the mids, but it sounded pretty good. This is a stock setting here on this plugin. Let's hear what that sounds like. Without it. With it, it makes a subtle difference. Okay, now we're going to put a compressor on it. I'm using the Universal Audio LA2A. You'll notice right away it evens it out and it definitely gives it a good volume boost. Now this is set to the limiter. It's set really hard, so it's really grabbing that signal and smoothing it out. And then finally, for reverb, I'm using Chris Lord Algae plugin here. This thing is great. This is the Unplugged, and actually this is, he was talking about trying to get the sound for Dream On from Aerosmith. He was, so that's what inspired some of these reverb here. So this is actually pretty popular for vocals, at least in his view. That's what he made it for, but you can use it on anything. Obviously any kind of acoustic instrument it works great on too. So let me play what that sounds like. It's very heavy, but once it's in the mix, you won't notice it as much, and we'll pop the mix in. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and that is how I record my acoustic guitars. Have a good one. Please like and subscribe. It really would help my channel out, and I hope you guys come back soon.